Zombie Hunters, Mark here again from Zombie Hunt, and today we've got a little blast from the past right here. Yep, today we're going to be reviewing the P38 from Umarex. It's a blowback BB gun, and it's, well, we'll see if it's a lot of fun. We'll be stacking it up, racking it up and packing it up, comparing it against the original P38 from back in the day, yeah. And also, we'll do a slight comparison to see, well, how does it actually stack up to the P08 Luger, also from Umarex, that we reviewed on a previous video. This P38 is an all-metal construction blowback BB gun. And it's another member of the family of the Umarex Legends series. So first off, how does it stack up and compare against the original that it's based on? Well, let's have a look, shall we? Here we have a P38. This is actually a police issue P38, but exactly the same as the original P38s used by the Germans in the Second World War. So first thing to note, when you hold them up in the hand, they feel very similar. Let's just change hands. So a very good feel, like for like, against the original P38. So when you compare the two guns side by side, you'll see a lot of the details have been really nicely carried over. For instance, the safety at the top is identical to the original. The release mechanism on the magazine, again, has been made absolutely identical to the original, although obviously a lot smaller due to taking the BBs. Okay, so where possible, they've carried over all features, even down to the release lever on the side here. Okay, let's have a look how that compares to the Umarex version. Slide it back and release. Okay, so nice little features. One thing you'll notice straight away from doing that, as I slide that back and then release, it's a very gentle release, yeah. It's got a tiny little spring in there in comparison to the original here. When you slide that back, there's two quite substantial springs either side here, sitting either side of the gun. So when you let go of that, I mean, that would probably do some damage to your finger, almost act as a guillotine, it's that strong. Whereas this one here is very gentle. Okay, that brings to another point. So the other feature is this lever here, okay? And this is for stripping the gun. If you wanted to do a field strip, you'll see the stripping lever here, a little bit of pressure on the barrel, push it down, and it slides off like so. Now in comparison, Umarex have added the same feature here in terms of a strip lever, but this time you'll notice when you strip the gun, it actually strips in two parts, okay? So the barrel slides out like so, and then you can slide the top part of the gun off independently. Now there's a word of warning on that, and I'm not going to do that now, and I'll let you know the word of warning. Let me just put this back together so you can see, like so. And the same for the original. Okay, now put that one out the way. Yes, so the word of warning. When you strip this, after you slide out the barrel as I did before, that's easy enough. As soon as you take this top part off and slide that off, there's a tiny little spring that sits in here. Okay, you need to be really careful, because that little spring, as soon as you slide this part of the gun off, it will fire off. Yeah, and if you're not careful, you can spend ages looking for that little bad boy. Okay, so be very careful when you're stripping this gun down and removing this. I would advise to put the gun in a clear plastic bag and then remove that, and then you can contain and catch the spring to reassemble it. So another little tip. As you, if you do remove this part of the barrel, there is a top aperture where you can push the spring in, okay? So you just drop the spring into that hole and click it into position, okay? That's the way to get the spring back in. Took me ages to try and figure that one out, okay? But I recommend not taking that off unless you absolutely need to. Okay, let's get this back together. Rightio. Okay, so now let's have a look and see how easy it is to load, shall we? Simply release the catch at the bottom and slide the slender little magazine out. And that magazine, incidentally, will take 20.177 BBs. So what about the CO2? Well, this is where the P38 I think is slightly let down in comparison to the Luger. Let me show you why. On the Luger, the CO2 is part of the magazine, okay? You load the BBs in one side here, and the CO2 capsule is nicely integrated into the magazine. In comparison, on the P38, we have to undo this screw right here and remove the side cover of the handle. And here we require, obviously, a tool, a screwdriver, to unscrew the little screw. Be careful you don't lose that, that's dead easy to lose. Another disadvantage, and they don't even pack a spare. Remove the little cover plate, like so, and now we can access the CO2 cartridge. So here we unscrew a little screw at the bottom, which is tool free, which is nice, and the CO2 will drop out easily enough. Loading one in, it's dead easy. Just place that in there, nip the little screw gently, and get ready to do it fast. Okay. There's always a knack of doing that so that you don't lose too much CO2 as you're nipping it up. Right, let's get the plate screwed back on. Just slide it back in like so. And nip that little screw up. It would be nice if this was actually tool free. Okay, CO2 loaded. Let's drop in the magazine and let's see how it shoots. So what brain-eating zombie are we gonna test it on today? Well, we got a little bit of a surprise for you. One nasty looking chat show host. Highly contagious, highly infected, hungry for eating your brains. So there's only one thing to do. Let's see if we can keep it at bay with the P38. Okay, let's give it a go, shall we? First thing to note, pull back the chamber and you're ready to go. Straight away this feels a lot more powerful than the Luger. Well, let's see how we did, shall we? Okay, so let's have a look. As you see there, those shots are pretty much all over the place. Yeah. There is a couple of 8s in there, but no 9s, no 10s. Zombie, brain-munching chat show host. So in the hand, this definitely feels a lot more powerful than the P08 Luger we reviewed previously. Now that we've taken out that ravenous, highly infected, brain-munching chat show host, let's see how it stacks up against some hardcore steel zombies. Incidentally, another nice feature, when you're out of bullets, the gun lets you know with the chamber clicking back, just like the original. Sliding it back, like so. Simply remove the magazine and you're ready to reload and go again. Okay, so we took out the hardcore steel zombies. Let's see if it's got enough power to explode our zombie head. So there you have it, folks, the P38 from Umarex, the BB blowback pistol, all metal construction. It's a pretty nice gun, yeah. Accuracy is a bit hit and miss, quite literally, but it's got a bit of power, enough power to take down our steel zombies, explode a zombie head, and of course, take down that nasty, infected, infectious, brain-munching chacho host. So what's not to like? It is a real nice blast from the past with an authentic look and feel. Why not treat yourself? 160 quid in the UK. It's not a lot of money if you want a little bit of fun. Or even just add it to your collection with the Luger P38. Yeah, both really nice guns and a pleasure to shoot. So for now, guys, that's Mark from Zombie Hunt, over and out. But before we go, don't forget, click a like and subscribe. And of course, don't forget the 3 rules of Zombie Hunt. Stay safe, shoot safe, and be safe.